welcome back to the channel. Today we have Ethan in the chair. He has signed up via our online form, which you can do too. The link is in my Instagram bio, and he signed up for a free haircut and head massage. So today we're going to start with the haircut. So yeah, Ethan, tell me about what you want to do with your hair today.
So for the past couple of months, I've been cutting my own hair. Normally when I went to the barbers, I'd have a skin fade on the back and sides, and then on top I'd kind of have a comb over.
Yeah.
But for the past couple of years, I've been trying to experiment on the top of my hair. So I had a phase where I had a perm on top of my head. I shaved the top of my head and all different kinds. So I don't know what to do with the top of my head, to be honest. I'm thinking just maybe thin it out and just kind of texturizing it.
Yeah.
But the reason why I want a skin fade in the back and sides is because my hair grows out very straight, so it kind of suits my head shape as well.
Yeah.
Skin fade
Feels fresh as well, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, in terms of styles, I'd say just from the start, I'd say you're quite limited because of how high it's shaved up on the sides.
Yeah.
If you look at the shape of your head and everyone's head, when it gets to the roundest part, it tends to flatten off towards the top. So if you're shaving that all the way up there, you're going to struggle to get any sort of defined square shape out of a haircut, which obviously doesn't complement a man's face as much in terms of squareness and sharpness that goes alongside the jawline. So in terms of that, there's not a huge amount we can do today in terms of saving that and changing the hairstyle, but we can obviously do the skin fade. Have you been lining it out at your front?
Yeah, I've been a little bit on the front, yeah.
Yeah. So all these little things are what restrict your hair going forward in terms of styles. I never tend to touch the hairline too much or go into the front bit or the back bit too much, because after a few days it starts to look like this.
Yeah.
So in terms of length coming off the top, how short are you thinking? You want to leave it fairly long?
Yeah, I do want to leave it fairly long. I'd say take an inch or yeah. I'd say that kind of
a good inch.
Yeah.
I mean, I think going forward in terms of having options and stuff, it would definitely be beneficial to stop cutting it so high on the sides.
Okay.
And then working towards something a little bit more of a complementary shape for your face.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot going on here, and then a very short up here, and it's just especially around the crown as well. That just all it's not really doing anything, so it's a bit of a no man's land at the moment. So. But yeah, we'll work with what we've got today and try and get something cool out of it.
Yeah, great.
To start, I'm just going to section all the longer hair out the way so I can get to work on the skin fade. Get that out the way so it's not tickling your face the whole time. Now I'm going to start with the 0 line just to take all the bulk off. Working all the way around, slightly above the occipital bone. Next, I'm going to go down with the trimmer just to get it out a little bit shorter than the 0 line. Still a 0, but it's ever so slightly shorter. Brush all the excess hair away. Now with the foil shaver, what you want to do is be working in circular motions and not going too high. The hardest line to get out of a haircut is the bald line, so you don't want to make life harder for yourself by going too high and creating another massive line. On the head I can see here, I'm just going to go through again with my little trimmer the opposite way. You tend to get these around the bumpy areas on the head. So I'm just going to get rid of this bulk here because this is just random bits sticking out. Now I'm going to start with my half, 0 open, 0.5, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go just above that 0 line and flicking out while I do so. I'm going to go in slightly, but rather than flicking out, just going a little bit flatter to the head over the same line. Then what I'm going to do is knock down from a half to a 0.25, sorry, a quarter. Just go over that remaining line. And for me, that line is pretty much gone. Might be some finessing later on, but the bulk of it's gone, and it's just by taking those little steps to get it there. You can also just drop it down to a 0 and just kind of flick over the original line. Flatter. And then quarter. Stretch the skin. Corner of the blade. Now I'm going to do pretty much the exact same method, but with the 0.5 guard on there. So going over that line, 0.5 open, which is basically a 1, just slightly under, and then we'll go down to a 0.5 closed. Open it up. And then let's go 1.5. Open. And then it should be kind of short enough to where I can just get the clipper over comb and go in there, finesse it with the scissors a little bit. From looking at the camera screen, which sometimes helps for shadows, I can see a little bit of weight around here. So this is just all finessing, trying the different guards, listening to how much hair it's taken off, and visually just taking out little bits that don't need to be there. Take out a tiny bit of this bulk, just so it works with the rest of the hair. Now I'm just going to repeat the same steps, but all the way to the other side. Again, going through, finessing with the scissors. Or the shears, you might say in the States. Just gonna spin the chair a little bit, get a bit of light until you head down. We're not going to be taking too much off this top, so I'm just going to go through and make a profile section. Kind of inspect how it's looking. I'm going to over direct and have it still slightly longer towards the front, because you need that front length to be quite heavy if you're slicking it back. Using the guide from the center, just go through and take off around 1 inch. As we get to this side bit, there's not an awful lot to take off because there's not much hair there, so all kind of groups to the top sections I've already taken. Go through on the other side. Just going to go around and make sure the perimeter is all even. I'm just going to put a couple of sprays of grooming spray in to blow dry it into place. Say a couple, quite a few. If you want to get a bit of volume towards the front, you can grip it with the brush and move with the hairdryer. I'm going to go through and shape up the front, because if we don't, then you're just going to have little bits sticking out everywhere. The last thing we want to do is push it back any further, so get the hair out of the way. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit of fiber pomade into the hair. Now the hair's going backwards, I can see the little parts that are fighting against that. Just go around, take them little bits off. And there we have a skin fade slick back, which we didn't discuss doing a slick back at the start. Ethan reminded me just after the consultation that I usually slick it back, so that made life a little bit easier. So yeah, if you liked the video, make sure you drop a comment, a like, and if you want to come join me and get a free haircut, head massage, or shave, just sign up to the link on my Instagram bio.